Well, welcome back to Q&A with Producer Evan. We've got Producer Evan here in studio, and he's got some questions, and we've got some answers.
Yeah, and I have been waiting for this one today because all of us, including Sean Bro, all went to Gulf Coast Jam over the weekend. So my question is very basic for you guys, but how was your experience at Gulf Coast Jam? And I believe this is all three of ours first time going as well, so.
I had a blast. You?
Oh my goodness, I had so much fun, but I want to hear your overall takeaway as like a big country guy.
Well, all right. Big country guy, yes. There were a few bands that I hadn't heard before, and I'm a fan now. 49 Winchester.
Yes, that is
oh my goodness,
awesome.
that's what I was gonna say.
I think, well, how did you? It was like Muscadine Bloodline.
Yeah,
Yes.
that one.
That one was fantastic. A lot of great. They incorporated an accordion in such an awesome way in their set. I don't know if it was. It looked like an accordion. I'm pretty sure it was an accordion that they had.
Also, Them Dirty Roses played Sunday as well.
That's right.
I think Sunday was awesome because then you
Yes.
had Post Malone, but Them Dirty Roses, like to just like start Sunday.
Rocked it.
Yeah, they
absolutely rocked it.
They really did.
And then who else? We had Chris Stapleton. I mean,
oh
my goodness, that was just such a great show. I think that was one of the best live performances. Was also Post Malone. Oh my goodness, one of the best live performances. I mean, I know more Chris Stapleton music than I do Riley Green and Keith Urban, so. Just because of that, I feel like I enjoyed Chris Stapleton a lot more.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, at certain points in the show, there was rainfall overhead, and that was, I believe, during Four Leaf Clover. My gosh, it set the scene, set the tone, set the mood. The rainfall really helped. I was kind of hoping we'd get some rainfall during Tennessee Whiskey or Broken Halos.
Tennessee Whiskey was really good. I couldn't imagine with just like little droplets coming down too to just add on top of it. That would have been awesome.
It would give me Google Dolls 2004 vibes.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, back in 2004, the band Goo Goo Dolls performed Iris in the pouring rain, and is one of the best live performances I've watched on YouTube.
For sure.
That's cool.
Jealous.
And then, I have a question. I'm taking over Q&A.
Well, I was actually going to throw it to you, so that's perfect.
Well,
Take it
okay.
over.
So you did see Keith Urban.
I did not.
You didn't?
I left early.
Shame.
I went Thursday for oh my gosh, for Waylon Wyatt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like his music a lot. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then I had, I left early mainly because I had to wake up to do the morning show. So.
That's a pretty good excuse.
Yeah. What about you, Mia? What was your takeaway?
Oh my goodness.
I know we were kind of talking about some bands and artists that I think we're going to continue watching or looking out for. So.
I think what's funny is every night I was like, oh, this is the best night. And then, so for one, Chris Stapleton was who, going into it, I was most excited to see, and I kind of shared that, I think, on Friday, that I've just listened to, I know his discography, I think, the best, and his song Starting Over, my mom always played that one, and it was really their anthem in moving down to Florida. My family moved a whole lot my entire growing up, but moving to Florida was their own choice that had nothing to do with like work or jobs or anything. They were just like, you know what, like this is where we want to be, like let's do it. And so that song always really, really gets me, just because I do. When I think of Chris Stapleton, like I associate his music with like being around my mom. So that was really special to me. I will also add that the food was really great at Gulf Coast Jam.
It was.
Listening to Chris Stapleton, having like a little tear running down my face while eating a turkey leg.
Can you beat that?
No.
You can't find that anywhere else.
No. What a great time. And then Saturday, Riley Green. So here's what I'll say. Riley Green is someone that I know the least amount of music from. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it. I had a blast. That was a lot of fun. And then he was at Tootsie's afterwards. That was super, super cool. The way I was describing it to my baby brother, my mom, was I could literally see the veins in his arms. That was crazy. Like to then see him right there was really, really cool.
I thought it was also cool that he was playing some Toby Keith at Gulf Coast Jam to just get everyone involved, because like you said, Mia, and you said Riley Green's the least that you know. I didn't know a single song from him, at least by name, but if I heard a song, I would have known. And it was his final song. But to get the crowd involved with, he said like he's going off script, so he played a couple Toby Keith songs and got everyone involved. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, and he did the same thing over at Tootsie's where he did Red, White, and Blue and Worst Way.
Yeah.
And that was really good.
Yeah.
And what's cool, and I've noticed this, I don't know if this is like a Tootsie's thing, but every time they do, like any band, any performer's done Red, White, and Blue, they transitioned into the national anthem before
really?
wrapping up the song. And that was really, really fun.
I bet. Really?
Yeah.
So he's saying the national anthem? Hold on.
No, in like Red, White, and Blue's playing out, and then guitars took like center and did like a whole like.
Okay.
Oh,
You know?
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
A quick solo of the national anthem.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then transition back into the song. Like it was just.
Uh-huh.
I feel so patriotic.
Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Sam.
And then Sunday, yesterday, Post Malone was the headliner. And I got this awesome video of the finale where apparently Post Malone brought fireworks, and he's the only person to have fireworks during the show. So this was at the very end as he was singing congratulations. But what were you guys' thoughts of Post Malone? Like Emmett said, it was a great live performance. It's probably up there for me.
That was amazing. I mean, to save all the fireworks for the last show, I think was kind of genius. That built up a lot of anticipation for that. I mean, on top of that, hearing Sunflower, Circles, he was one of like the first artists I listened to really get into hip hop. Before that,
I'm with you.
I was just listening to classic rock, Clancy Brothers, they're a Irish Celtic group. Me and my dad it would just be classic rock, Celtic Brothers, and a lot of 90s, a lot of rock and roll. But then I went into, I guess, late middle school, and then my friends introduced me to Post Malone. Rockstar, Congratulations, the whole era back in 2015,
2017 era.
I mean, fantastic.
And that's what he was mostly playing. It was his older music, which was my favorite part as a huge Post Malone fan. I was going to go see him, and I think, like I was saying, I was going to buy tickets in December 2019 for a show in 2020, and obviously COVID happened, and so luckily I didn't buy those really expensive tickets to go see him at the United Center in downtown Chicago, but I'm so glad I got to see him.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I didn't anticipate the live band playing the music. I mean, the whole country spin
violinist.
on
Yes.
That was
Out of this world.
crazy. And like there was oh goodness, which song did he do? He did like a cinematic version.
I Fall Apart.
The cinematic version of I Fall Apart. Oh,
That is my favorite video I got. And he's just like on his knees and he's just singing from his heart. You can just feel all the emotion in that song specifically. So, like I said, that was my favorite song he did.
yeah. I think something, I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but Riley, I think maybe it was Sean Burrow, that Riley Green, his performance felt like he loves the Panhandle community. And like it felt like he was like really like woven into it and was like just excited to play for people. I feel even that way about like going to Tootsie's afterwards and like wanting to still like put on a show for those who couldn't go to Gulf Coast Jam. And then I don't know. Like I feel like he has like a love for the Panhandle, and that showed through in his performance. And then with Post Malone, I felt like he loves performing and putting on a show, and like they both, it's different styles, but same kind of like feeling walking away from it, and like feeling like they wanted to be there, I think was really cool.
I'd say also for Chris Stapleton as well, and I don't know his music too much, but I could tell that he was putting his heart into his performance, and
Yeah.
I would, assume you guys would say the same.
I think he kind of almost, this is just like random assessment as like an outside, perspective of like, he seems like he's someone who like drops into the performance. Well, I think maybe the other two are a little bit like more like outward.
Yeah.
Not that that's like a bad thing or whatever, but I do think it's like a difference between like falling into it versus like, I'm here,
And that's how Post Malone came out. He was like, going down the stage and screaming into the mic.
He was signing everything and throwing everything and
That is also
touching
cool.
every hand.
I was gonna say that he was the only person that I saw was like really interacting with the crowd
Yeah.
and like giving high fives, like you said,
Taking
signing.
hats, throwing hats, signing hats.
He had some children singing to the mic for a couple songs, so like he was really getting involved with the crowd, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. I was just thinking about the amount of, we were joking about the amount of beers that he was taking, drinking, and then passing back to someone else, or just like, it was funny.
Yeah, he was saying, what was his buddy's name? Pat. If you say his name 3 times,
Pat. Yeah.
he'll have a drink in his hand. Yeah. All right. Well, what I want to just finally go over like final takeaways. Let's go 1 through 10, rating of the experience.
This was like my first concert. This was my first music festival experience, multi-day music festival experience. And I'm going to give that a solid, I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Mia.
Okay, let me talk about the factors that I'm going to put into it.
No,
And then,
this is important.
yeah. Porta potties are humbling.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
So that drops it down like at least 1 point for me. But again, also this is like my first festival experience, so that was a little much for me. And it was hot. It was really, really hot out.
It was very humid. It was hot. A few of my forecasts, I was mentioning that boots would be a really good idea if you're heading out into the carnival or in the festival grounds. I was right.
Right.
I will say, I mean, many times where I was stepping into just mud, and then I was wearing boots, and sometimes they would get stuck a little bit, and I'd have to pull it up. I couldn't imagine wearing flip flops or
Oh yeah.
some Birkenstocks into that.
So it wasn't as like sloshy muddy. So
No,
there
it
were
wasn't,
definitely
like,
pits of mud.
Yeah, where you definitely like sink, but it wasn't sloshy, which is why I'd almost go Birks over boots because it's so hot. The idea of having like boots on, being like feeling like geared up. By Sunday, I was in my tennis shoes instead of my boots. I couldn't do the boots anymore. I had enough. My feet hurt.
Yeah.
So, the heat, the porta potties, the heat. I'm going back to the heat because when I tell you, my skin was like sticky, where like it was just, you were constantly like wet. Everything was always just so humid. So, but that's like not festival specific. That's more of like maybe like timing wise in the year. Yeah, so maybe I'll go 8, and those are the 2 points that I count off, or like an 8.5 maybe.
Okay. For me, I'm gonna go 8.5. I was actually just about to give it a 9. Well, I was about to give it a 9, but like we were talking about, heat and I think weather has to take effect because they choose this time, last week of May or first week of June. So they know it's hot here when they pick it.
It was one of the first things like Post Malone said.
Yeah.
Of like he immediately jumped into song, but then the second he was talking, he was like,
It's hot here.
"It's hot."
Another thing I really liked compared to other festivals, and this was my first music festival, but I know a lot of festivals don't allow you to bring chairs and have space.
Oh,
where if
okay.
you're standing, like in Chicago back home, my brother has gone to Summer Smash, which is put on by Lyrical Lemonade, and you got 4 stages all around, but everyone's standing, and then you're all packed in like some sardines. So I really liked how you could just bring a chair, and you're not on top of everyone in a chair as well, or even if you're standing, no one's like shoulder to shoulder with you. It felt nice to have that space.
Yeah, that was kind of a point that I was gonna make, and I'm glad we circled kind of back around, is because this was the first time I was going to Gulf Coast Jam and had been to a festival in general, not really knowing what was kind of best to do. By Sunday, had it figured out of like, okay, this is everything that we need to bring. This is how we're gonna pack things up, make sure that we have everything. But Friday was the first day that like I'd gone. So then stood the entire time. And like, I've got bad joints. I've got bad legs. So then it was like I kind of messed myself up from the start. So chairs for the win.
Chairs or at least like a blanket or something to sit down on.
Yeah.
Was definitely the right call.
That was like its own learning curve. Like
Yeah.
that's more on me than maybe it is like anyone else.
Yeah, and I want to say like final thing that dropped, like it wasn't like a 10 out of 10 experience is, I guess 2 things. The walk from wherever parking, if you didn't get general admission, was a long walk, especially in the heat. That kind of stunk. But also like, I mean, it's a festival, but food prices, you know, you can't really do anything about it, but if you're there as soon as the gates open from 2 o'clock to, you know, the end of the night, and you're not at least leaving to go, if you want to save your seat, you're not leaving the grounds to go like get a bite to eat, you're having to buy food in there. It could get pricey with multiple people, so another thing to knock it down, but having this space was the biggest key for me. It was a good time.
That's almost, this is a little side note, but almost why I like the setup of Saturday for Riley Green. More towards the back, had like the chairs, had like space, and like kind of enjoyed our own, like it
Bubble.
felt like a little bubble, which was kind of nice. I literally think every single day that we gone was like completely different, like a different setup. So really like got to try the different, I don't know. That's why I almost think like every day was so fun because each one was so different.
Yeah, it did feel like a whole different experience each day.
Standing the first day, second day, own little bubble, third day like in and up front.
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, well, on my Facebook, Producer Evan WJHG, I want you guys to tell me if you went to Gulf Coast Jam and how your time was. I'd love to hear it. And who would you like to perform at Gulf Coast Jam next year? The only one confirmed headliner is Jason Aldean.
Yeah, I was gonna say, will you also let us know if you scanned the what, I was gonna make a joke about the great gig in the sky. Like,
The drones?
Yeah, I was gonna say like the big QR code in the sky. Did you scan it? Did you get tickets for next year? And if so, did you get me one? I'm just kidding. But let us know if you're getting tickets for next year. If you're wanting to see Jason Aldean, I think I want to go. I think I'd do it again.
I would do it again. For sure. That's the consensus here. We would do it again, and we hope you guys want to come along too.
The NSYNC, you guys both going, no, I didn't.
Yeah, I'd do it.
Well, thanks so much for joining us for this Q&A. We'll be back in just a bit.